Time is money. And unfortunately, we're not wealthy enough to experience everything this world has to offer. So, we must choose. My free time in the cinema is a result of delayed gratification. I'm exchanging my time for currency, which I will then exchange for a fleeting experience. A fantasy that promises me entry into another time frame, a world beyond my own, of forgotten morals and values. But when shopping for an illusion, how does one choose?
Hey kid, you looking for a whole new style in adventure?
Whoa, nice gun. You obviously are a forceful man, fully autonomous and able to take care of business, huh?
Darn tootin'. Now kid, this is the first motion picture of its kind.
I've got a gun too.
Me too. I have a gun as well.
Guns are for yellowbellies. Watch me assert my Caucasian male dominance over this here Native American. Yeah!
Okay, I get it, guys. You all have guns. It's cool.
Yeah, I've got 2 guns.
I have 2 guns as well. And a submissive woman.
But you're all advertising the exact same myth of the West. The time period's been reduced to some kind of male fantasy about violent conflict resolution, which is awesome, but wrong.
But I'm a whole new style in adventure.
History's been made a vehicle for the modern male fantasy, a place to be colonized by contemporary dreams and ideals. Complexities of social structures are completely dropped in these posters, leaving only an iconographic style of sex and violence. I'm sorry, could you please point that someplace else?
Sorry.
I was simply trying to address the gaze of the viewer more directly.
Listen, I understand you're all very powerful men with weapons and women, but there has to be differences between your relative time periods that go beyond simple stylistic changes.
What?
If one's only sense of history came from these movie posters, you'd think that only militant figures walk this earth. Strangely enough, these Hollywood myths help inform our cultural history, as well as the identity of other regions.
I am Spartacus. I am a new kind of movie. What's that on the horizon? It must be my destiny. For every man dies, but not every man really lives.
Hey, I don't need to pick up a broad and a broadsword to really live. Okay,
Did
Braveheart?
someone say sword? I am a soldier of Rome. You will remember me. I do this for the women.
It's quite evident by now that the historical film doesn't provide actual history, but rather promises a fantasy that reshapes the past from the perspective of the present. As in most advertising, sex and violence are fully utilized, but in the movie poster, it's naturalized as belonging to some kind of savage past.
You want to know what it was like to live in prehistoric times? This is the way it was. Don't you want to see?
If the past is retold through the present perspective, it's no wonder that we have blonde, well-groomed beach bimbos out there in loincloth swimwear. The way it was seems to negate any kind of gender politics of the time represented, instead creating a skewed continuity of current gender relations. These barbarians must have just been let loose from a 1980s aerobics class. If sex sells, the past must be simplified, marketed as a land where the only law was lust.
I think I'm gonna faint. Help, won't someone help me? Help me! I think I'm gonna faint. Please help me! We're being terrorized by snakes and other foul objects. Oh my god! Snake is terrorizing.
Women are often represented in danger, often of a highly sexualized and compromising nature.
Oh, I am so passed out right now.
Tarzan-like.
What a savage past we've concocted. But these dangers also extend into a time well beyond our own. Apparently, the future is also a man's world.
While the feminine remains flesh, masculine becomes unstoppable steel.
Like, robot dude, can you just, carry me home or whatever?
These posters, whether projecting the past or the future, create a continuity of feminine weakness. Is this simply just a fantasy, or is there something else going on? Is this trying to justify social inequalities that we have today? And what of technology? What does this add to the discourse on power and autonomy in the man?
Affirmative. I have a gun.
My gun is bigger.
I am a gun.
I have 2 guns.
I have a gun as well.
Well, I've made up my decision.
And?
Movie posters are only up for a brief amount of time, reminding us that the past is only valid if it's the current version. As McLuhan said, the current creates currency. These films market themselves as a whole brand new style of adventure, yet you see the same masculine fantasy throughout with one distinction. It's getting louder, more brazen, and in your face, as a result of being more current, more valid. We have traded the abstract painted man for the hyper-real masculinity that you see in the Rambo poster or in 300. How much more current can the past get?
What a girly man.